time! Yes, I am the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. It was requested by one of my awesome friends and subscribers. Get ready to go into an awesome adventure of corny jokes, awesome fight scenes, quirky fight scenes, stuff that we love as kids. And you know what, guys? It's time. Because it's Morphin time! Morphin time! Morphin time! Okay, so as you've seen in my hilarious video, I am doing a review on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie because it was requested by one of my good subscribers and good friends. So you know what? To Dustin McCrae, this one's for you, buddy. So this movie kicks off like a Star Wars thing, like, you know, but without the music, talking about Zordon and about how he has a group of teenagers defending the Earth and how he put an enemy away a long time ago. When all of a sudden we get an opening of a plane, and it's the Power Rangers in a plane, and you know we get the awesome comedy Bulk and Skull. It's like how they're the awesome jumpers and stuff, and like they look out the window, they're like, "That's a lot of air! After you, Skull! What are you, crazy? This was your idea!" And then Kimberly's like, "Hey guys, you might want to put those on. Good idea." So then they all jump out, and it's for a charity thing. All the Power Rangers were all the original, well, not the original, but the very first Power Rangers season. All the kids were like goody two-shoes and charity stuff, and this was a free charity. They were doing skydiving for some kind of charity. I want to know what this charity is, because this looks like it's a freaking awesome one. So they do the charity thing, and then these Bulk and Skull, when they jump out, they land in a desert. They land in a construction place, and they're like, "You idiot! All the screaming flew off the awesome Eagle's flying powers or instructions. Big Eagle, huh? Big Duck's more like it." And then and then this guy's like, "Guys, what do you think you're doing?" We're from the building instructor's office." "Yeah, that building's supposed to be over there." "Yeah, and what's that guy doing without proper foot protection? Who's in charge here?" Huh? Man, Dave, come look at this. So this guy asks the guy whose name is Dave to go look and see what they found. They found a big sewer joint sewer manhole, and so it's got like a weird symbol on it. He's like, "What is this? I have no idea. Let's get it open." "Why do you want to open it? Normally, when you have a weird symbol on a sewage thing, you normally want to keep it closed." So they open it, and then all of a sudden a big gigantic purple egg comes out. I'm thinking, wow, that'll give us breakfast for the rest of the year. So then like this big egg comes out with like fingers holding it like this. And I was like, "What is it?" "No idea. I think I want to touch it." "Dude, why do you want to touch something alien?" So he touches it, yeah. And like he doesn't move, and they're like, "Dude, are you alright?" So the Power Rangers are like roller skating, and all of a sudden their morphers go off, and then they transport to the command center, which the command center is actually bigger. It's for the movie, it's bigger. So Zordon tells them about Ivan Ooze, how teenagers like them locked him away, and now he's back, and for them to be careful. So we get the security guards guarding the egg late at night, and all of a sudden comes the best Power Rangers villains ever. Lord Zed. Lord Zed, Rita, Goldar, and some other villain that I've never heard of. He was just there for comedy relief. But we get Lord Zed, and she's like, "This is it? All you've been looking for is an egg? This is no ordinary egg." And, crap, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the security guards wake up, and, he's like, "That looks like a big egg. I would love to eat that. I'm hungry." "That's because you're a pig. Oh, after 2,000 years of searching, you're finally within my grasp. Let's crack this egg." So he cracks it open, and then Rita's like, "What? You spent 2,000 years looking for a tub of snot?" And then he's like, "Patience, won't your mouth. Watch." All of a sudden, this big snot bubble forms into this guy, and he's like, "Ugh. And like he's got a big he's got like a big chin. Looks like he's got a penis on his chin. And he's like, "The ooze is back, yeah!" And then all of a sudden, Zed's like, "Do you know Zordon?" "Yeah! I will destroy Zordon. He will have never existed." So he's like, "We will leave you to deal your evil ways. Let's go." They disappear. He smells the air. He smells the Power Rangers. They come down. They see the egg, and like, it reeks, man. And then all of a sudden, this guy grabs Kimberly. She's like, "What are you kids doing here?" You haven't happened to see a morphological being around here, have you? Yes. Ask a security guard who lives day by day. You really think a security guard would know what a magic formal being would look like? You just see those walking down the street every day. Hey, who's that? That's my friend Phil. He's a morphological being. What's that? I don't know! So then he turns into Ivan Ooze, and she's like, ooh, gross, you're too kind. Let me introduce myself. I'm Ivan Ooze. And Rocky's like, well, you know what? We're going to send you back to where I came from. Yeah, and that's something I should have addressed at the beginning of this review. These Power Rangers are not the very first original Power Rangers. There are 3 remaining Power Rangers that are original left. You have Tommy, who's not the Green Ranger, who's the White Ranger. This was when he got the White Tiger power. Kimberly is still the Pink Ranger, and Billy is still the Blue Ranger, always has been. As for the Yellow Ranger, we have Aisha, and for the Red Ranger, we have Rocky. Black Ranger, we have Adam. These were switched during the I think the 2nd season. Because you had an Asian as yellow, black as black. They didn't realize the mistake they had made back that time, so they decided to switch it. Ivan Ooze talks about, or the Rangers talk about how we're the Power Rangers, we work for Zordon, and he calls his own people, he says it's his kids. So then they have a fight, like, where they're not in their outfits, and like, they get their butts kicked, and then they realize, it's Morphin time! Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, Mastodon, saber-tooth tiger, white tiger! And we get the morphing sequences. And the Power Rangers in this one, they look more armored. And in one of the seasons, they did this armored, where they got armor, and it was just glitter. To be honest, this is what the Power Rangers should have looked like in their armored forms. It actually looks more stronger, so that would actually make a little bit more sense. Why not take the costumes from the Power Rangers movie and make them the armored? But I'm getting on a rant. So, yeah, we have the very first action scene. They fight all the slime people. And these costumes, actually, they gave them abilities. Like Aisha's, for example, hers turns like into big headlights so she can look around in the dark. Rocky's is an energy reader, like the Tyrannosaurus mouth part of his mask opens up, and it's an energy reader. I thought that was very awesome, you know, giving us something different. And so then we get the first fight with them in the suits. They beat the guys, and Tommy throws in Saba. And they throw in a bunch of corny jokes like, did you miss me? Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Oh, and whenever they fight the monsters, they make a fart sound. It's like... And so, yeah. And then all of a sudden, Ivan Ooze comes in, and it's like, Ivan is on his way here. Alpha's like, no one can access his papers without a power coin. Well, almost nobody. Yeah, if you're like a symbiote being, yeah, you can get through anything. So he's upset about how being locked in the egg, he missed everything. The Black Plague! The Spanish Inquisition! The Brady Bunch reunion. He destroys the command center, and when the Power Rangers are done beating these slime people, their powers vanish. Their powers disappear. They go to the command center. They find the command center destroyed, and Alpha says, you gotta go to the planet of Phaedos to get this new power to save Zordon. So, they go to the planet Phaedos. Ivan Ooze takes over Rita and Zed's palace, and, I thought, Rita's like arguing with him, saying, I thought you were just a slime-infested jelly donut. He finally shuts Rita up and says, like, finally, somebody shut her up. So then the Power Rangers go to the Great Power. They fight off these bird creatures, which actually the Ectomorphicons, or not the Ectomorphicons, the Tengu Warriors were not actually Ivan Ooze's minions. These were Lord Vile's, Rita's father's minions. But they threw this in, and this movie has nothing to do with the Power Rangers series. No, nothing. This was just made up for fans. I am a fan. So I loved it. You know, they get their butts kicked, and Billy even mentions, you know what's the funny thing about morphing? What's that? You don't appreciate it till you can't do it anymore, which is true. But all of a sudden we got this chick who's in like this green hood, and she's been watching. She's like, and she jumps down. She takes off her dress. She takes off like her coat, and like she's in like a bikini and panties, and like she looks okay-ish. Then like, all of a sudden she gets this ninja stick, starts beating the crap out of these things, then pulls them apart and starts doing this little twirl thing, and then making a sound like the bird's like, ee! Fly away, fly away, fly away! And so they fly away, and then they report to Ivan Ooze, and he's like, if she leads her to the Great Power, everything will be ruined! He destroys his own warriors. They get their butts kicked by the chick at first, but then when they tell her about Zordon, she agrees. So then, we get to this place where they perform the ceremony where they get their ninja powers. Now, in the Power Rangers series, they did not get their powers from this place. They got their powers from Ninjor. Ninjor, who explained them how they needed to learn the ways of the ninja. So, they ended up getting the new form, the new ninja suits, which in the old TV show, the ninja suits had their symbol. All they had to do was like go like this and go like that, and they could change to the Ranger forms. And they even used some of the ninja powers, like how the ninja powers ambled their strength and allowed them to fight. So they walk through this place, they walk through the forest, and Adam's like, this forest goes on forever. Welcome to Jurassic Park. And they fight like this big bone dinosaur thing. And like, Kimberly's like, and like, they're all running. It's like, why would you guys be afraid of this? You have freaking giant Megazords. You've seen everything. Why is this a problem? So then, Tommy runs up a tree, and he grabs it, and he pulls it. He's like, hey, Bonehead! Hey, Fuzzlehead, I got a bone to pick with you. Corny joke. He pulls it off, and then he falls. I was always afraid of that part as a kid. I was always hiding on the bike and going, okay, it's over, it's over. And then they would go to this place. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. Ivan Ooze is wanting to bring up these big robots, these ectomorphicons, these titans, basically. And the only way he can do it is by tricking the parents to dig them up. So he makes this ooze stuff, and he promotes it at a carnival. Kids love carnivals, so that is actually a good place to target this. And this guy, this little kid named Fred, who obviously Tommy trains in martial arts or whatever, gets one, and his dad picks it up, and all of a sudden he's turned, and all of a sudden you see all the parents walking to help Ivan Ooze. So then you see the Rangers going to this other rock place, this sacred temple. And Tommy goes up and touches one of the rock people. All of a sudden, the rock people, the guy's weapons drop, and all of a sudden we get this big rock battle with one guy with two swords, one guy like with a knight sword thing, one guy with a sword, and the other guy with this throwing javelin thing. And like we get all this, and the girls are like freaking afraid. Of course, so the Yellow Ranger gets... The Yellow Ranger wasn't that brave in this. I mean, in the cartoon show, she was brave. In this one, she's like, help! Somebody help! Of course, though, when you're in a tiny rock space, I can understand. But, I mean, you're the freaking Power Rangers. What do you have to be afraid of? So they destroy off one by one, outsmarting them with corny jokes. Billy and Adam work together. They say elevator going up, and one slices one another. And he's like, elevator going down. Talk about a splitting headache. Adam tricks one by helping. Rocky jumps off, being an ape. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention their powers. Tommy gets the falcon. Adam gets the frog. Kimberly gets the crane. Aisha gets the bear. Rocky gets the ape, and Billy gets the wolf. And they all have these new powers and these new Zords and everything, and these new mounting stuff. Rocky ends up being an ape and jumping off, and he almost dies. But Adam saves him by saying, "Hey, lava head!" Kicks the guy, and he falls in the water. And so they keep tricking him one by one, and when they get to the last one, Tommy does a ninjutsu corkscrew kick, and he goes, 8-ball, corner pocket! And then when he hits it, this door opens, and they get their new Zords. And then all of a sudden, the spirits of the Zords fly into their chests, and they're turned into the Power Rangers. And so they decide to fly back to the city, and they get to the city, and Ivan Ooze has released his ectomorphicons, the gigantic Hornator, and the dreaded Scorpitron. But he has also, since he's had his things built, he sent the parents off on to their doom. So Power Rangers come in, we get the Megazord fight, we get the Zords showing their abilities one by one. You know, Adam and Aisha, Rocky and Aisha take on the Barganic Hornator. Tommy ends up saying one of the awesomest lines ever because his can fire missiles. Rockets away! Bang, bang! And so they destroy that, and Ivan Ooze is pissed. So he goes up into the back of the Barbaric Hornator, and his face turns into it, and Aisha's like, whoa, somebody call a plastic surgeon. So then they make the Megazord. We get this big Megazord fight. Tommy has to go help the kids, because Ivan Ooze takes this big pole, and he destroys a monorail. So, you know, after that, Tommy comes back, we get the big Megazord fight, then they realize the only way we can stop Ivan Ooze is by flying into this comet. There's a comet called Ryan's Comet. So they fly up there, and they let Ivan Ooze grab onto them, and he's like, have you hugged your Zords today? And so then, probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in Power Rangers is like, we gotta break his grip! We gotta break his freaking grip! What are we gonna do? The comet's right there! Aisha's like, desperate times call for desperate measures. What are you doing? Taking care of business. And their one awesome move, they knee him in the nuts. He goes to the comet, he explodes, they go to Zordon, he's still dead, their powers come out of their chest, revive him, and then they go to a party, and then all of a sudden they have a bit, like how Bulk and Skull are always saying, we defeated the monsters, and then they put on the fireworks, thank you Power Rangers, and then we get awesome music. That's what dreams are made of. Movie's over. Guys, I honestly love this movie. I know it was corny, but I love it. I freaking grew up with this crap, man. So there's my review of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. I give it 2 out of 3 stars. It's not perfect, but you know what? It's worth it.